Teacher.
The show where we explore tips and tricks for using tech as a teacher.
And everything that we will show you today, you will be able to use right away.
Everything that we explore here is DOE supported, so let's get started. What are we looking at today?
Today, we are talking about day booking, something that we get stuck with every day. It can be as awful or as wonderful as we want it to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I first started teaching, I actually had one of the paper day books.
And I've been teaching for a really long time. I think I've got a box somewhere in my garage. It's got about 15 of those thick. At the beginning of the year, they start off like this. By the end of the year, they get about that thick. So you stick notes and permission notes and all sorts of things in there. And, you know, not legally, but suggestively, we are to keep them for a certain amount of time.
That's right. So day booking is not a programming requirement as set out by NESA, but so many teachers find them useful, and I couldn't organise my day without a day book.
No, and it's very easy to get into the habit of writing and having it visually there constantly, so we know exactly what we need to do. As teachers, we very much get accustomed to that.
Exactly, and they just form part of your program because they help you keep track of all the things that go on, all the changes that happen, especially, I don't know what high schools are like, but in a primary school context, there is not a single day that is not interrupted.
Exactly. And, you know, for day books are used for so many different things as well. We use them to document other things that have happened in our classroom or in our faculties. So they are more for just, you know, telling us what we're going to be planning to teach on a particular day.
Absolutely. And the other thing is, any of this documentation that you have, we need to keep until the students turn 25 or until 7 years after the student has left school. Now, if that's the case, we don't want to end up with years and years and years worth of folders and papers and all of that stuff.
Exactly.
I live in an apartment. I've actually left all of mine in my old schools in storage there.
And that's a really clever idea. So what we're actually going to be talking today is how we can digitalise our day books.
Yes.
And it is a bit of a trick getting used to the digital format, particularly if you enjoy writing. But the tools that we're going to show you have those writing capabilities. So you can still write on your screen and have that programming feel as though you were using a book.
So Noelene is going to explore OneNote, where you can use all of the handwriting features and typing, and it's the best of both worlds. And I am going to show you how you can daybook using Sheets or Excel, because I like things organised in nice, neat little boxes.
So today I'll be using a Surface Pro.
And today I am going to be using a Chromebook, but you can of course use this on a Windows 10 device or an Apple device if you would prefer.
And that's right, both programs can be used on any type of device.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll get started with OneNote. So basically, there are so many OneNote daybooks that you can actually download for free off the web. Pip Cleaves and Megan Towns are exceptional, and I basically create one every year. So on my screen here, you can see that I've got a short bit.ly address, and this will actually allow me to download the 2019, last year's daybook. So if I just click on that and open now, you will actually see that the entire daybook has been done for me. And I know many schools that have actually used these, and it's just fantastic. And then they've tailored it to suit them. Save it as a template, and then every single staff member uses it year after year after year, so it's fantastic.
And I think if you're using something like Teams, where you can just embed this straight into your team channel, you could use it as a collaborative daybook, or you could use it as a personal daybook as well if you're leading the charge in your school and your school is not up to this just yet. It's a great way to do it. And what I love is any of these digital daybooks, the templates are there, like you said.
Exactly.
Don't reinvent the wheel. Teachers are so bad. We're so bad at doing that. You don't have to do it. It's there for you, ready to go.
That's right. I'm just going to quickly go through this OneNote, because as I said, it's already here already, so very easy to implement. So this is, our home page, our planner. There is a welcome page that basically in here you have all of your information in terms of how to use OneNote, if you're new to OneNote, other important information. You can put bell times, or timetable. You can build your own timetable. Have codes if you're using Seesaw or Google or Edmodo, all that sort of thing.
That's great, because I used to, I was really bad with my online storage, and I just used to put everything not even in a folder. I would just save it somewhere. Sometimes it was my desktop, sometimes it was OneDrive, sometimes it was my G Drive. It didn't really matter, and then I would lose it all. I love that there's a space for all of that organisation.
And I've even seen schools in this section as well, because they make their welcome section collaborative for the entire school. They put information about the health of their students and any anaphylactic plans or any like whole school information in terms of policies, like a staff handbook, all within here as well.
That's great.
So basically staff have access to it all the time, rather than whenever they need to find something about like report writing, they've got to hunt through the school's drive to find that particular document.
Plus all of that stuff, if it's shared out amongst your teachers, you can make sure that everyone's got the most up-to-date information, because once you update it, and if it's on that shared document, everyone's got the same one.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
not like they've printed things out. Now, of course, you still need to follow any guidelines that exist around anaphylaxis and allergies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so keep those signs printed up as is. Actually ignore, we'll cut that whole thing out, because I'm not going to give advice on anaphylaxis or anything from Askia. No.
But please follow your school's procedures when it comes to those sorts of things. Okay, so in each term you have your weekend prep, you've got what you need to do for each class. So this is, and then you've got your actual timetable. So
Weekend prep. What's that?
I don't know. Anyone how it works out their class time. So you've actually got everything in here, and there's actually room, like programming on a OneNote, to actually put your notes up in the lesson, so you can self-evaluate yourself, which will be fantastic for your own accreditation. Or if you are going to do a collaborative activity at the end of the year, where most schools do when they look at programming, then you can bring your notes into it at that point. So you have that for each term. You've got notes about your information for your class. So you could actually have, in a high school setting, such as myself, you can have all of your classes, you can add their marks. So you've got it all digital. If you're a primary school class, you can have all of your students there as each page, and then you can annotate and write notes about each student as they go for each particular KLA.
And what I love about this method of day booking is because, and you're probably going to jump onto this, is because in OneNote, if you're working on a device like this, or an iPad, or even a device like this that you can flip around to use, you could take snapshots of student work.
And upload it, absolutely. You have program templates. Now this is fantastic, and I've seen this being used in primary schools, where the staff have actually, the senior executive has designed a program template for the whole school to use. Everybody's using the same things, and then when it comes to EV and that sort of thing, it's all done.
It's all there.
All done.
And what I love about this is that, again, we reinvent the wheel sometimes, and I've been lucky enough to work with bosses who provide us with the template, and then we just go through it and fill it in, either jigsawing or collaboratively programming. But I love that all of this is fully customizable for whatever your school or whatever your team wants.
Exactly. And it also removes that those concerns that schools may have, that is this particular teacher programming, or is this faculty doing the right thing, rather than finding out at the end of the year that something's been missing. It goes through also to assessment, so you can put all of your assessment tasks there and record marks, so you've got all of your assessment data. So if you are one of those teachers or one of those schools that loves collecting data, fantastic information here. And then there's other information which is also great in terms of how to use OneNote. So there's PL built in, other Microsoft professional learning links and so forth. You've also got a meeting section, so every time you go to a faculty meeting or a staff meeting, you can add your own personal notes. And there's a section, a private section, for you to add your own comments or notes in there as well. Fantastic tool for day booking.
How great is that? So we've just had a look at OneNote, and that's great, and it's a really, really nice comprehensive program. And now we're going to come to the Wayne method, which is where, look, my daybook, again, because it's not a programming requirement, your daybook is about it being functional for you and figuring out how it works for you. So here's an example of a daybook that I was using last year when I was still in my classroom full time. And you can see here, I've just got the days, I've got my sessions over here on the left-hand side, and everything that I would run through here in these different cells was what would go up onto my daily schedule on the board. So I could go through and I could put it up on all of these different bits and pieces, so that my students knew what was going on, but that also kept me on track, because I have ADHD and I jump around and it's a little bit hard to manage sometimes. So if I have a list, I know that I can keep track of what I'm doing. And then all I did in here was just a really brief description of the notes that would come through. Now, one of the things that you will notice here is I don't have any of my behaviour added into this. I took that out for student privacy, but you could, of course, add in here, for example, Noelene did not follow instructions, story of my life.
Thanks, Wayne.
No worries. Actually, it's probably Noelene writing that down, to be fair. But as you can see, you've got all of these in here. And then the other thing that I used to do was I would run through, if I had something here, so say for example, in that dance, if we needed to rehearse more, we could write schedule more rehearsal time. And so, I don't know what I was writing there. And so you can, that way I had a nice to-do list. It was all kept in one space. And then my program was then, because we collaboratively programmed, that was what got updated with all of those additional details. But this was just a nice, super easy way for me to figure out what I was doing over the week. And this is what I would sit down and do either on the Friday afternoon or the Sunday before school.
Fantastic.
Nice and easy.
Well, there you go. 2 really easy ways that you can digitalize your daybook using either OneNote or Excel.
Yes, and if you would like to get in contact with us to talk about something that we've spoken about in the video today, you can always email us at foundations.tfrl@det.nsw.edu.au,
Or contact us via our Twitter handles.
They should be floating along your screen right about now. Lucky you. Go on, hit the like button, subscribe to us. You know you want to, because this can also be recorded as your teacher identified professional development.
Yes. And we do have many more videos on how to use OneNote and Excel in detail if you need to.
Fantastic. Look, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.